Hey everyone, my name is Gray and welcome to my layout. So this is the layout I call the Rich Pacific and Southern Railroad. It is a layout that I'm trying to model that's between Virginia to all the way down to Florida. This layout is made up of Lionel Fast Track and it consists of 036 curves. I understand, but please bear with me, I am new to this hobby. And I am restricted on space, so I can't have the big wide curves to get the amount of detail that I want in my layout. And the layout, the Rich Pacific and Southern Railroad, is actually powered by an MTH Z4000 that I actually bought used for $250. Now, I credit my friend Jason from JD Stucks' Trains for talking me into the Z4000 as the best transformer, because I can 100% agree this transformer is fantastic, and I'm glad my local train store had a used one for a really good price. So what am I going to be doing today? Today I'm just going to introduce myself and just run some trains around, and that's about it. So let's head into running our train today, which consists of a Legacy Norfolk Southern SD80 Mac. Sounds. Now, one thing I should note is that I am new to this hobby, so I'm using the Lionel Universal Remote. Let's get this train moving. We got a signal we gotta wait for. Let's try again. Ready. As the train moves around, I'll show you all the parts of the layout. One thing I should mention is today I'm pulling an intermodal train. Our train is stationed right there, and the first place it will travel to is what I call the Harper Edwards Engine Yard. Now, this yard is named after the people of the train store I go to at college called Mike's Trains, located in Thomasville, North Carolina. They have always been super supportive of me in this hobby and giving me basic tips and tricks and just giving me a lot of support. As the train passes through the yard, it will continue down the main line into this tunnel right here. And eventually, as we pass through the tunnel, we will reach the first industrial setting and a freight yard, which I call the Jason Stuckert Freight Yard, named after my buddy Jason over at Jason's O-Gauge Trains, who inspired me to get back into the hobby after I saw the cool layout he had. Passing by the yard, we will enter a little Kennedy Space Center themed area because I loved the Kennedy Space Center growing up as a kid. It'll pass on this main line, continuing to the trestle bridge I had built, right as it passes what I call the Warren Farm, named after my grandfather, who was very big into the farm business and getting cows and all that put together and just keeping the farm going. Then it will pass by the lighthouse, continuing over this trestle bridge into another parked coal train that I have stationed right here. I'm not too sure what I'm going to put around here yet. Maybe some Menard factory related buildings, or maybe another Woodland Scenic building right there. And after we pass through there, we come by this little schoolhouse and church with a fire truck up in there in the tree, passing a 90-degree crossing, which I was inspired by the Diamond in Selma, North Carolina, which I go to a lot. And entering next, we enter the town of Carrington. Now, this town is named after Maynard Carrington, who sadly passed away last December. And he was always kind of like a grandfather figure to me growing up. So I decided to name this town after him. It's got some Rail King buildings, and I'm also in the process of building a trolley system right here. And it's got a little station as well, some cars, movie theater, the Sirens Pool Supply, Dapper Dan, the Old Line Flag, the Family Dentistry building. Those are buildings I actually got from the train loft. So continuing on the main line, it will proceed into the tunnel which I call Mount Skinner. My mother helped me build that tunnel. Let me just zoom in on it a little bit. So it enters that tunnel. There's a little waterfall thing right there, followed by a little pond down there, some trees, and it'll come out on that end, pass by the backdrop, and eventually it'll cross through the crossing as it continues behind the movie theater past the Warren Farm barn, and it will continue on around across the diamond again, and it comes to a halt at our station to begin the next lap. So I'm super proud of this layout. I've put a lot of effort and a lot of work into it. It's just nice getting into the hobby. Oh, and one more thing that some people will ask is how big is the layout? It is 22 by 12 feet long. It's pretty big. So I'm really happy with the progress I've made on the layout. One of my favorite scenes on here is, of course, the freight yard I have here. It's just something I've been so proud of, and it also has a little siding right there. So it's got the power station, let me zoom in, it's got some cows as well, covered in ground cover, a little truck, power station, little utility worker, some cabooses I got stored there. Another thing as well is I have, I think, 17 engines and over 100 pieces of rolling stock on this layout. And here is another section that I'm still not too sure what I want to build here yet, but I'm thinking of maybe just making it like another miniature mountain, maybe like that one over there. But yeah, that is a look at the Rich Pacific and Southern Railroad. is a basic tour of my layout. I hope you enjoyed. If you want, follow me on Instagram at Rich Pacific and Southern Layout. And don't forget to comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next update.